Hello and welcome to My Take, everyone. Today is a very special day. We covered pretty much informational meeting, and as far as I'm considered, we are in a state of emergency. What do you think, ladies? I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourselves.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Wagon. I'm Northern Arapaho, full-blooded of the Northern Arapaho tribe.
Liz Hodge, Arapaho Voice, tribal member.
Great. So it's great to have you on. I hardly ever have guests on. I don't know if it's the bravery thing or whatever. So I appreciate the courage to come on and speak this evening about this very important topic. Were you both at the meeting last night?
Yes.
Okay, so this is firsthand information, a firsthand experience. I was also at the meeting, so we'll be able to talk from a firsthand experience. This isn't hearsay or anything like that. This is our firsthand experience from and recount of the meeting yesterday. Okay, so this is My Take. We're on episode 9. We're chugging right along here. Let's go ahead and do the disclaimer. We are exercising our individual sovereignty. We are tribal members, and we are members of the community of the Wind River Indian Reservation. We are representing ourselves and exercising our freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom of expression that is protected under the Constitution. And the difference between defamation and what we're doing, our personal opinions, is defamation is any false information that does damage, knowingly trying to damage someone. And we're not in the business of doing that. We're just presenting the facts. Everyone good with that?
Yep.
Yes. I'm good. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I'm not responsible for my guest comments. And I got to put that in there. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So the information meeting yesterday held at the big casino. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so council has been attending. What do you do if your tribe gets shut down? I guess they are going different places in meeting with other tribes, and the subject has been what to do if your tribe gets shut down. They have been putting. Okay, do you guys have any comments on that that they're going around and this is the kind of discussions that's happening in council chambers?
Well, she did say that she was going to these trainings, but she said, well, what did she learn? Tell us, what's going on? What do we do? Mm-hmm. Because I had heard she went to these trainings, but there's no proof that she checked in.
Jeez. Not only that, again, let's use technology. Mm-hmm. So for that broke, that in the red, shut off the travel.
Yep.
Yes.
Then
all of it,
straight up. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't engage, because we're engaging with each other right now. Zoom, mm-hmm. Dial me in, mm-hmm. Make it work for us. Mm-hmm. So I call it unnecessary travel. And again, only 2 are required. Never a chair and co-chair can never travel together. But I mean, I didn't write those rules. Those are our laws. Mm-hmm. So make it work.
Yes, absolutely. And then she said something very interesting. They have been paying of bills, hoping things would get better, but they haven't. So now these bills have come due. So does that sound very responsible?
Not at all. Not at all. Because they've had money to pay this and pay that. They've had the money to pay the arbitration, and they didn't. They're dragging that out. I don't know why is that, so they can keep paying the lawyers, keep lining their pockets. Why didn't they pay the taxes? They had the money for that. Now they're just paying the interest. Where's your business sense?
They don't exactly. I'm sorry, who was that?
I just said they don't have any. No business.
So true. Okay, so she did put out some specific numbers. 27 million for assistance to the people. Here it comes back on us, blaming us that they had to spend 27 million for assistance on us. That's
Yeah.
And then 1.2 million for funeral assistance. How dare us?
Yeah.
And it's on average, it's about $10,000 per funeral. That's, I don't know if that's the going rate or not. And let's see, and then 17 million for home maintenance. How dare the people die and need help with their homes? Wyoming's tough. Wyoming's tough on houses. That's for sure. That doesn't surprise me at all.
No surprise here.
So any comments on those numbers that she gave out? Does it sound about right?
Okay.
I'd beg to differ because, again, numbers speak for itself. And we're supposed to believe that?
Yeah. It could be those amounts, but who, again, exactly who is that money going to?
Break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of your family got some of that 17 million?
27.
Well, I'm just reading it says 17 million there for house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they kind of pick and choose. I'll go back to Nicole's example from the very beginning with her daughter. That was unnecessary, borderline harassment, in my opinion. And then she was crying around saying, everyone is fighting the tribe. A lot of people are against us. I don't think that's true. Maybe it's just you.
Yeah.
Kim?
So.
Well, not only that, you say borderline. Isn't it also possible retaliation?
Absolutely.
I mean, we got a new thing on the grid, right? Sanction.
All right.
Yeah, let's crack open that new resolution and
let's put that to some use.
Let's see that in action. Yeah. Okay.
It's wrong.
So we had Preston Moss get up, and this young man, he genuinely looked distraught. I'll be honest. He didn't seem fake in what he was talking about. He's looking for ways to bring in capital, but can't say what that is exactly because someone might steal his idea. Now, I kind of have heartburn with that. He's in a very unique position. He's tribal government. There's not too many things that the folks in the audience could move forward as in an idea. He wears that badge. He wears that title of being a tribal government person, a representative on the behalf of a tribe. We don't wear that badge. He's been elected to wear that badge. So what is it that he can't talk to the group about? I mean, it's 100% chance that we couldn't take his idea and move forward with anything he has planned.
Well, I think it's probably one step at a time. Much respect for Mr. Preston Moss.
Mm-hmm.
How he shared of taking a pay cut.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I feel like his actions speak louder, that he stands for the people, to be humble with the people,
mm-hmm.
to engage with the people. Because I know that I'm involved in many different issues with the tribe, whether it be water, whether it be land. And he comes to the meetings.
He shows up, and a lot of times he's the only one.
Only one. The governance meeting, educating about sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
The nuclear waste meetings. He also went to the the ribbon cutting, excuse me, that recently just had took place during the Indian Horse Relay weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was out on the news, and it showed the pictures. And I believe out of 12 elected officials, it was only Mr. Moss and Miss Dresser that showed up for the Elders Garden.
Mm-hmm.
So
his final word was, yeah, it's pretty grim, but we're going to get through this, and nothing lasts forever. Okay.
But wait, go back for real quick. I'd also like to share leader. And again, out of respect, Liz and I do go in to the chambers.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Preston Moss does not have a tribal vehicle. Much respect for our people.
Okay, so all the other council members have a tribal vehicle.
Brand new Jeeps, from what I understand.
Brand new Jeeps, but we're broke.
We're broke.
We're broke.
He does not take mileage. Drives his own vehicle.
Wow, I wonder how people feel about that. Our council members are driving around in brand new Jeeps, but we're broke, and our elderly have to go out and get their own firewood and dry their meat.
Not only that, but he also does not have a credit card.
Mm. Very good. Very good. Awesome for this young man. Okay, so Sammy Dresser got up, and she's there like, I'm heartbroken. I didn't know what was happening. That rubbed me the wrong way. How are you a councilwoman and not know what's happening? And she painted a picture of her kind of running around saying, Keenan, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. Doesn't sound very on the ball to me.
Well, that's because, our own council people, members, whatever, they're running into the same situations that Nicole have been running into. We have hell trying to get any kind of information. They need their financials, they need this or that, and they're not getting them. And I don't know why, as our leaders, they can't put their foot down and say, I want this, I don't want it now. Or you can kick rocks.
Yeah.
That's how it would come down with me.
Weak and incompetent is my opinion. She said, we don't want to make cuts. And her very end statement was, help us bring in money. Now, how are we supposed to do that as tribal members? I'm not an elected official. We elected her. Well, I didn't, but she's an elected official.
Well, I think it's a little bit, I hope she shares more, because when she was sharing the example of paperwork and not receiving financials, that didn't sit well with me, meaning who's blindsiding who here? So if people internally are not giving the financials, how do they expect the members to run the tribe when they don't have all the information? I mean, that's, this late in the game.
Exactly. I mean, I've worked with Miss Dresser before, and she has a very good way of, nothing's her fault. So this is par for the course, in my opinion, just my take. But I hope she does better. But she came across as incompetent and very weak.
Well, I just think, I think she's just new to this job.
Well, her dad was she was very quick to drop her dad's name during the meeting as well. My dad was a councilman, and she did that whenever she was an employee too. Well, you know, my dad is a councilman. Well, you know, my aunt is a councilwoman on the Shoshone, business council. So she's very big on dropping names, and her dad was a council member for a very long time. She didn't pick up anything. Yeah, she comes in very doe-eyed and like, oh, I'm brand new and, I'm such a little sweetheart. No, she's not. And that's from personal experience.
Okay. Well, I've never worked with her, but I respect her honesty of trying to get her point across, because it kind of made me think of who's blindsiding my counsel. And was she specific about the paper to financial? Do you guys recall with the microphone system? Because
I have no idea. All I know is that she likes to play the victim, so it's par for the course.
Well, I hope that she gets to the bottom of it, and with the financials and being able to receive the paperwork. I mean, just listening to each and every one of them didn't come across what's the word? It was
nefarious.
Blotchy with informational. This is an informational meeting, right?
There was very little information given out. There were no specifics. They blamed the people a lot. The people were blamed a lot, and there were no specifics. This was not an informational meeting.
Yeah, pretty much we're broke. That's it.
We're broke. That's the bottom line. And then they blamed the people. They acted dumb and played the victim.
Well, not only, it just felt like they were holding back. There was so much that felt like they wanted to say. And I say it. Say it. Mm-hmm. You got something on your mind, something on your chest. Engage the people. Engage us.
I mean, that was their chance. I mean, Grossbeck got it off his chest that he doesn't want to hear about any handouts. Harjo got it off her chest that she's not all about the Trump administration. Sammy got up there and played the victim. Goggles, no comment, along with our good Michael Yellow Plume person. He just kind of sat there and had his head down and looked like he was about ready to cry. Any thoughts on that? Why did we have two council members that did not want to address the body? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I thought, because Preston gave Goggles this red folder, and he was looking through it, and then he just shoves it over to Mr. Moss, and then when the microphone comes to him, he just said, no. And I was thinking, I said, this Yahoo, he probably needs somebody like Claire Johnson to write his speech for him. That was my thoughts.
Oh, he didn't have a script.
No.
Oh, he needed a script. Those two need a script before they talk.
Well, I don't know about Michael.
That's
Michael's new to this too, and he's still learning, and he better, buck up, and he better choose a side. That's all I know. But this guy, he's been in there for a minute, and he should learn. He should know how to speak to the people. He should have a backbone by now, because people are going to come at you because you are a public figure. You are under a microphone. We're watching everything that you do, even in church.
Yeah, that kind of comes with the job description. So this young man, Michael Yellowplume, I did do a short on civil rights for Wind River. He made a lot of lofty promises, And I do, my opinion is that he is delusional, along with a lot of the council members, that he was going to come in and just have, unlimited funds to do his food sovereignty programs, to do his economic development projects. I think he just thought he was going to get a blank check because he seemed very disappointed that, we don't have capital to do things. So I think he's a little delusional and needs to do some growing up. I mean, but he's in office. He's wearing the hat.
Well, what I don't appreciate is you're standing there or sitting there. Some people stood up, some people sat down, right?
Yeah.
To adjust the people.
Yeah.
And I personally don't appreciate when you're in that kind of forum. Stay off your phone.
Right? Oh, yes. Thank you for saying that.
It's disrespectful.
It is.
When I first walked into the room.
Be engaged.
Yes. And walking into the room, I sat up front, looked around, and I was very vocal about it. And I said, wow, we have quorum. Mm. And I spoke to the chairman, and no disrespect, but humor, laughter is good medicine. But didn't anybody's eyes open of how many people were there? Tribal members want some answers.
At least put on a good show.
And not happy. How would anybody be happy of being left in the dark? That's called transparency here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So with Mr. Yellow Plume, it was interesting because I saw your videos.
Yeah.
And then I watched them and I listened to what Ms. Harjo said back in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you look at Mr. Yellow Plume, of what he campaigned on, they must have been pretty too connected with those ideas and those intentions. And just like Miss Elizabeth Hodge just said earlier, where are those centers? Mm-hmm. Right? And if he truly was engaged to what he stated, then why wasn't he at the elderly sovereignty garden, ribbon cutting? Actually speak louder here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
absolutely. Thank you for that. So my take, and I'm going to go and have my take from each of you. Disgraceful showing of leadership. All re-elects should resign immediately. Placing the blame on the people is disgusting. This is all my opinion, just my opinion. The new elects are delusional and incompetent and should probably resign immediately as well. And finally, in addition to incompetent leadership, this failure is a systemic failure, in my opinion. The system must be changed for real change to happen. If anybody is willing to talk to me, want to discuss more, that is the podcast email. And now I hand the mic over to Miss Liz Hodge for her final words.
I think this council, and every one of our councils, they have no business being in our business. And I've said it over and over. Separation of powers. These guys are not qualified. They don't have a business mind. Get somebody that knows how to run our businesses, because you're not it. And separation of church and state also. Because we run into trouble there. You can't support the elders, but you can support our cultural leaders. What kind of sense does that make? Everything's just a mess, and it comes from our leadership. If our leadership is never going to change, we're never going to change. And we're just going to keep going downhill. And we're not going to have anything if they don't get their SHIT together and do something about it. It's them. They're the ones. And we're trying to tell them, let's make some changes, you guys. We want to help. What can we do? That's my thing.
Beautiful. Your last words, Nicole?
Well, follow all the laws, policies, regulations, everything that's in place. I've said it before. It'll protect you from yourself, and it'll protect the tribe. Follow them. Straight up, simple. And again, how do you stand there and state that we're going to lay off, we're cutting programs, we're doing this, we're doing that, when September 14th of 2024, we terminated our in-house lawyer? That's a fact. That is law. She's been receiving money one whole year. She should have been gone last year, not my tribal members.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's completely unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And I just don't get it. Who is taking all the arrows for her, and why? Mm. At the expense of my people.
Yeah.
You know, she's not a 7th councilman. Mm-hmm. We lost a $26 million grant that would help my people. And this is the truth. You know, when I bring up these issues, I come in with some facts here. Mm-hmm. And I'll show it. It's not hearsay.
Yeah.
So I know, how do you justify her getting paid for a whole year? Who's going to pay that back?
Yeah.
And should she pay that back?
You
know, I mean, tribal members need to start stepping up here.
Yeah.
No fear, right? Of what they're not listening to the people. They're not hearing them.
Right.
So, you know, kudos to them for finally letting Mr. Lacron go. Mm-hmm. But again, didn't listen. Mm-hmm. And one of the many people that came up to share their testimony in the general council, it was the point system. Mm-hmm. And I find that interesting that still stands. It's oppressing our people. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, I hear the stories of how hard they drive and get speeding tickets to come on in to avoid a point. They're putting themselves in harm's way. And then justification is it worked in Vegas, right? And the upper management is exempt from the point system. So I don't agree with all that. And the original of the casinos were for our people to be employed, our people to be able to thrive, our people to be able to be trained. So it's unacceptable all the way around. And I'm grateful they got one resolution, you know, that they finally upheld in May. But I mean, it's unacceptable. These are laws, straight up. That's it. There's no middle. And I don't care for my people to be suffering this way. And we got to go back to the basics. The basics of the casino, employ our people. There was a certain percentage that was required for them to be employed. Second, for our elders, for our youth, and for our education. So people need to pull out that general council resolution of why do we have a casino? And so, you know, to remind everybody. And with the leadership, it was a sad day to be in Arapahoe.
Yeah.
And I feel like people should demand better, want better.
And this is only one part of the story, too. There's so many different pieces to this, because we didn't even touch on Martin O'Maho, who is the COO, the Chief Operating Officer, and his responsibility in this whole mess.
Well, we don't even know what the organization is. What's the organization? Yeah. Because I believe some of them believe they're above general counsel.
Yeah.
And this is where we're in trouble, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When they put their mindset, they're above general counsel. No, general counsel is the supreme governing body. Mm-hmm. They're elected officials. These are not lifetime seats. So the organizational chart. And then I don't appreciate them geography moving an in-house attorney under the casino. So who's her boss? Is it the interim CEO or is it the council? And we can't even get a straight answer on that one. Mm-mm. But let's hide her and undermine the people.
That's what they do. You came up with a resolution, it passed, the people spoke, so they moved her over here and gave her a new title. Oh, well, she's not that anymore, so it doesn't apply. It's slimy.
Well, not only that, last night after everything, did you feel the room?
It was weird. It was weird. I the whole clapping after everyone spoke, I was there like, this is not a clapping. This is not a time to be jovial. You know, I didn't get that. So maybe I wasn't reading the room very well.
Well, not only that, but I mean, they all looked like nobody wanted the microphone, right? It was a hot potato, right?
Yeah.
And then they didn't know what to do afterwards because there was a little quiet time. Then somebody got up and spoke again.
Yeah.
And then finally it was quiet enough again. So I raised my hand and I asked respectfully, now are we able to ask questions? And so they all looked like a deer in headlights, like we don't know how to answer that. And then they all looked at each other. I don't know if they, discussed it real quick. But Mr. Chairman Grosbeck stated, not at this time. And that this is an informational only. And it really upset the crowd. Did you see some of the elders that got up and were very upset? I mean, we're talking elders of the tribe and say, no questions. This is a dictatorship. Mm-hmm. So out here in the world, we're dealing with the economy and the new president, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got people protesting all over to uphold the Constitution. I protest all the time. Uphold our resolution. Different government. And let's honor the oath here. You took an office. And to protect our tribe. Mm-hmm. So, I take that near and dear to my heart.
As they should, Hey, I really appreciate you ladies coming on and sharing your stories and your outlook and your perspective on things. And I'm sure there's more to come. Hey, everybody, stay safe out there. Until next time.
Peace out.